Hello Talkie Days, welcome back to the channel. My favorite part of the month, where I get to show everything I've watched and rotted away on my couch and in my bed watching. So it's May 2023 recommendation. So I feel like I've been doing okay. Things could be better, but things could be a lot worse, so that's fine. And I hope all mothers were honored on your Mother's Day this month, you know. Now for the yes section. I Want to Dance with Somebody. A biography, loosely, I feel, in a way, about Whitney Houston. I feel like there was more they could have done with this story, and more with her life. I felt like it was really rushed, but I don't know. Cinderella trilogy. Yes, I've seen it before, but this is the first time since I've been an adult that I watched all three of them, and I always loved Cinderella. I wanted to, when I thought I would get married, I wanted to have a Cinderella themed wedding. That was what I wanted. I always did. And I wanted the blue dress. Like, that's what I wanted. So if it ever happens, that's probably what we're gonna go with. I watched Trilogy, and dude, it's cute and pure. The prince and like her, they're so cute. Like, you can't see a lot of it in the first movie, but the second and the third, like in the sequels, that's where their love story really shined. And the third movie brought me to tears. Like, any kind of romance does that to me, kind of, because the only thing I've ever wanted was to be like loved and be in love. But I find their story really, really sweet and precious. So Mortal Kombat Legacy, it could just be the nostalgia in me, because, you know, this is like one of my favorite game series of all time. Which the 12th game will be releasing soon, so I'm already on board for that. We'll probably play that on the channel, at least a little. I don't know, maybe the story mode, I don't know. We'll see. Dollhouse. A group of people are programmed with other souls and other minds because they don't have a personality of their own, because it's a part of a secret program. Honestly, it's pretty sad, to be honest. And I felt so bad for all of the characters involved. Like, I really did. I wish they would have had like a happy, like, joyful ending. They did not really. No. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I didn't expect this movie to be good. As soon as it was announced, I was like, I'm gonna watch that because it's gonna be hilarious. Like, I didn't expect it to be actually scary, and I thought it's just like how we make horror games out of everything and horror movies out of everything. It's just like another one of those. But no, it was actually pretty creepy. I really did not expect it to be scary with Winnie the Pooh. But it was hilarious most of the time. A little bit of creep inside, not very scary, but effective, I feel. Clock. This movie actually does a good job of showing the problems with being a woman and being pregnancies into this world of which we live. But our character doesn't want to be pregnant, but she does want children. She's just afraid of being pregnant. Personally, I think she should have just tried adoption, or, you know, or like get a surrogate, because this moment in this, the character in here has money, so I don't know. Because she wants children, but she's afraid of being pregnant, so I just think that would have been a better thing. But then she went into this, like, program, and they basically brainwash you into being okay with it, but, like, this demon comes out, and it's actually quite scary. The demon is supposed to try to change her mind, and the demon's actually terrifying. But yeah, that was cool. Dormouse. I couldn't tell you about the plot of this movie, as if I have no idea how to describe the plot to you. There is a plot. It's just I liked this movie and I found the main character very interesting. Therefore, I watched this movie. because I liked the main character. So that's why I say characters always make a story, because like I said, the characters. The Shining. I hadn't seen this horror classic, but it was amazing, and I can see why it has a cult following. I really can. It was very good. The Secret World of, I think it was Heredity? A cute little story about small people, much like Thumbelina. That's the vibes I was kind of going for. Living in our world. It's pretty cute, to be honest. Batman Bad Blood. Basically the Bat family trying to find a missing Batman. Coma. A sci-fi movie about coma patients being put in comas. Yeah, pretty much. Amsterdam. 3 con artists are in a comedic action drama, and Taylor Swift does the most out-of-pocket cameo I've ever seen in my life. Blood, Sweat, and Cheer. This movie's great if you don't think about it too much and don't take it too seriously. And Tammin, I think her name is Sursok, Tammin Sursok, is gorgeous. She really is. However, most of the plot is because she passes for a teenager, which is why she's able to take her daughter's place and kill teachers. It's just really crazy over a cheer competition. But like I said, you'll enjoy yourself if you ignore a lot of this movie, because it's hilarious. It's a little to be original, but I find it very enjoyable. So yeah, Bagel Girl. An unpopular boy gets turned into a girl overnight. At first, it seems like, oh, this is just another one of those they switch bodies so that they can like touch on each other inappropriately. It might have been that for the first like couple minutes, maybe, but it turns out it's to make the boy, I thought it was just to make the boy's life better because he had a pretty bad life. But no, it's actually to help bring this girl's attacker to justice, because at the moment, I think she was in a coma or something, and it's like that. And I thought that was really cool. Resident Evil Degeneration. I was unaware that these movies existed. I knew that there was one. Infinite Darkness was on Netflix, and I'd watched that when it had came out, but I wasn't aware that there were more movies that take place in between games. So now I'm like, oh, what? Okay, so this is news to me. Well, anyway, TikTok taught me, like always. So, the oldest movie is this one, which also fills the plot between the game. I think this one happened right after, like, Resident Evil 4, technically. I don't really know. All I have to say is my husband Leon is in all of them, so all of them are pretty good. I thought this one had the best story I love out of them that I liked. Leon was just a little too serious in this one. Wasn't very Leon-y, you know. Resident Evil Damnation, my least favorite out of the movies. Now we'll get to Resident Evil Vendetta, and this is a masterpiece. Okay, so this one, oh, the animation in this is incredible. And now Leon's he's full on extra. I mean, Leon's always extra. He's always been extra when you play him in the games. He likes to do backflips for no damn reason. He's just really extra with his one-liners and stuff. Like, he's extra. But in this movie, he's extra, extra, extra. Okay, gentlemen prefer blondes. The character she played in this was so cute to me, and the outfits and the lines were so iconic. She really acted her heart out, and this is probably my favorite movie I've ever seen with her in it. So one of her best movies to date, in my opinion, that I've seen. I haven't made my way through all of them, but I really enjoyed this one. MH370, the plane that disappeared, the documentary about this mysterious plane missing. To be honest, I can't even fathom which theory about this missing plane is true, because I believe most of the theories are crazy, but you never know. Thinner! After a man causes the death of a gypsy, he's cursed and becomes thinner and thinner and thinner, and basically until he dies. The ending is kind of up to your interpretation, which I thought was pretty cool. A tourist guide to love, a girl goes to Vietnam, and romance ensues. Call Me Kate. I knew nothing about this actress beforehand, but I found her story very interesting and might keep a lookout for her movies. Ugly dolls. Basically, the dolls that have mistakes or are considered ugly, quote unquote, are put in Uglyville, and it's about the dolls trying to find homes. And to me, like, these so-called ugly dolls, I feel would actually sell, because we've had a lot of things that look just like ugly dolls that sell very well, so I don't, I don't know. The founder. This is about the founder of McDonald's. As much as I love McDonald's, I literally just had it yesterday, the founder was pretty scummy. Like, the guy, he was pretty scummy. Uncle from another world. So after his uncle wakes up from a coma, he has magical powers, and he was in another world while in a coma, which is cool. It's cool as it gets, but he still would rather play his Sega Genesis. It's a cute little comedy. I like it, and I like all the little Easter egg throwbacks about other games that you'd see on your Sega Genesis. When he mentioned Alien Storm, I was like, wow, didn't know anyone even knew that game existed. Alien Storm is really good, by the way. It's a older game, which I would love if it would get some kind of a remake. I know we're in the age of remakes. I don't think it was popular enough to get a remake, but I felt like with like some modern like things, Alien Storm would be a really cool game. That's just me. If you have a chance to play, I would recommend playing it. It's very good. Above Suspicion, starring the beautiful Emilia Clarke. She's so pretty. I didn't even know she was in this thriller that I believe is based on a true story. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I know it's part of the plot for her to suck. Like, it's literally part of the plot. She's supposed to be terrible. But oh my god, dude. Her fake personality almost made this movie unwatchable. But anything with Kate Hudson is good, so I gave it a chance. I kept going with it. Anna Nicole Smith, You Don't Know Me. The story of Anna Nicole Smith, told beautifully, and I would recommend watching it. She was such a beautiful like person, and I didn't really know much about her, but I thought that they did a really good job with her documentary. Smokey and the Bandit. I can see why this movie is a classic. The character of Bandit is perfect for a lead character, and with a simple plot, it works very well. Touch your heart. In this adorable little drama, we see a sweet, struggling actress try and take on being a lawyer for a role. She gets a job at a law firm to practice, and the lead girl is just so cute, and romance blooms, of course. And it's got the same guy that was in the one about the fox with the seven tails. I can't remember the name of it, but that was a really good drama as well. But this the main character girl, she's actually really, really adorable. So yeah, The Son. The story is very, very tragic. I did not expect it to be this bad, and it was a very good depiction of mental health, and the warning signs were there. They were. And as someone that does struggle with my mental health a lot, I noticed his warning signs quite frequently, but I can see how parents might not notice it as easily. Mental health is very, very important. Something we need to keep an eye on. And I thought it was depicted very well. Very tragically, but I think it was depicted very well. Missing. The girl's mom goes missing, and she uses the power of the internet to try and solve her mom's disappearance, only to find out that it was her dad that kidnapped her. It was a twist out of nowhere. Golden Boy. This is a mature anime, yes. The physics on the boobies and the titties is astronomically adult. But I find it really funny, mostly because of the English dub. Most of the plot lines are based on him being horny to an extent, but I feel like they depict the pervert trope very well. If I know that sounds bad, but let me explain. He's still a very likable character, and he's a very sweet kid at heart. And he even I think he's just lonely. Okay, so he's not doing anything technically wrong most of the time, and I think they depict it in a way that. And the little ending to the series was perfect. I just think it had a good ending, and he was a really good character, so that worked well. Girl Interrupted. Another great film about mental health, amazingly casted and acted. I felt like they showcased many different versions of mental health, and they did most of them very correctly. I thought that was very nice. Now for the meh section, Waiting. This film definitely couldn't be made today. This didn't age well. A lot of things in this film didn't age well, and I honestly wouldn't watch it again based on some of these things. American Graffiti. I can see why this was a cult classic coming-of-age story for the time, but I didn't care for it too much. But the soundtrack slapped. Will be purchasing. Peter Pan and Wendy. I'm not a huge fan of Peter Pan anyhow, and I don't like these live actions, but I'm trying to give them all a chance. I am. I'm trying. Anyhow, I tried this film despite how much I don't want to watch live actions. I did because I had hope for this one, and oh dear God, they had so much potential. At the beginning, it was so good. I liked it, and then it just fell flat. However, I would like to recommend Return to Neverland, the superior Peter Pan film in my opinion. I feel like it's the best one. Ant-Man Wasp, Quantumania. I'm so sad. I was kind of bored with this. As Ant-Man is one of my favorite characters, I was kind of sad. Marvel lately is not hitting the same by any means at all. Faithfully Yours. I swear nothing makes me more upset than someone with a relationship that cheats. All I've ever wanted my whole life is to have a relationship, and then we have people that just cheat, so I don't feel bad, to be honest, about what happened to this woman. Now for the no section, Street Fighter, The Legend of Chun-Li. By the way, Street Fighter 6 will be released soon, I think in like a couple weeks, so, oh yeah. I also own an original copy of Street Fighter for the Super Nintendo. But anyways, Chun-Li is my favorite character, and when I was younger, I remember this movie being so much better, but no, it was not, by any means. So I tried to watch it, and no, it was actually really bad. I hope you all have a good start to your summer.
Hadouken! Finish him!